I've got to say that I'm completely humbled by the work that Kelly and Andrea and the other organizers, the young people right here with us today that have put into this event. It is humbling, and frankly, my generation has failed them. My generation has failed the even younger children that were using chalk to make some messages out there that hopefully would attract my attention and the attention of other people in my generation. It's quite pathetic how we've had to leave it to them to draw attention to all that. My name is Evan Ferrari. I'm the Executive Director of Emerge Guelph Sustainability. We fight climate change. We don't do it very successfully because we're obviously still in the mess that we're in. We fight it in two specific areas. We fight it with individuals, helping them to lead the way, and we're leveraging that through policy. Policy sounds horribly boring, I know, but it's so critical if we're actually going to wrestle this thing to the ground. Policy on the provincial level, policy on the federal level, policy on the municipal level. Imagine that you're a parent in a couple of weeks taking the hand of your grade 1 student to class. You get to that class and the teacher tells you, "We're so happy to see young Jane or young Johnny with you today. I want to let you know that we're only going to evaluate if they learned anything in grade 9. There won't be any tests. There won't be any evaluation of whether we as teachers have done anything to do a good job here." Essentially, 9 years of no evaluation of whether there was any success at teaching this child anything. That's what the City of Guelph is currently doing. We have two targets. We have two City of Guelph targets. One is net zero carbon by 2050. Another one is 100% renewable energy by 2050, specifically for the corporation of the City of Guelph. There is one interim target before 2050, and that's 2030. So that essentially means we won't know how well we're doing until that point. We won't know how we can measure whether we're doing a good job as individuals, as a community, as businesses, as industry, as schools until that time. It's critical that we change that. Here's the policy piece that has to happen locally. We have to have interim targets that land within every 4 years of a city council's term. Our city council terms are 4 years long. We can't let those target dates land within the first 2 years because it's very easy to blame the people that were before you. So it has to be within the last 2 years of that, and we need to have those targets. We may do a fantastic job of this, but think of that grade 1 student that you just brought to school. Without looking at things, without evaluating and having some sort of targets, I'm not a firm believer in just testing people to death, but without having targets, how can we know whether our child is getting anywhere? And frankly, how can we know whether our environment is getting anywhere if we don't have targets to show that we're actually making an impact? I leave that with you. It's boring, it's policy, it's critical here in Guelph. It's something we can do on an ongoing basis, and look forward to it. We're going to be doing a lot more about that this fall. Thank you.